Good morning from Melbourne. This is Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and Insegna Booksellers, bringing you the 28th Canto of Inferno by Dante Alighieri from La Divina Commedia. An interesting work, and we're getting towards the end of, remember the ice cream cone? Large and small. Well, what happens here is that as you move further down, the sins get bigger and the punishments are more cruel in a way. It's a reflection, it's la legge del contrappasso. Whatever you do in life, you get an appropriate punishment in hell. And we're talking about the Medioevo, and, the Dark Ages, Middle Ages. Well, it's one of those historical moments or centuries that really needs to be looked at, especially in the way they sort of looked at the world in a very ideological way, and Dante no exception. He lived in a particular moment in time, and he was aware of what was going on around him, and also was aware of the history, some of the history or whatever was available to him from ancient times, from his ancient times. So the Inferno is one vision. It's a negative thing in a way, but then there's Purgatorio, and then there's Paradiso. So Purgatorio is, when you get forgiven for the things that you've done wrong, but you have to pay a punishment. And of course, you get the Paradiso when you've done everything right and according to the laws of Christianity of the time. So it sort of reflects our own life. If you are happy right at the end of your life, it means somehow when you got there, you did the right thing along the way, and so therefore you're happy. You're not happy if you haven't done the right thing and if things haven't worked out for you. So that's basically a good reflection. Then I will continue with my Amica Poesia, Poetry My Friend, a couple of poems in English and Italian, English. And then last night I went to a dinner dance at Solarino Social Club, and I was fortunate to see Canto, Kati and Tony playing good music, and they didn't mind me taking some footage, which I share with you. They are a wonderful, wonderful duo. They've been at it for a whole lifetime. They're very good, very well known, and very lucky to be able to see them in action. And I think they are very lucky too for for me to do this work, which I do it from my heart. And also Santo Gervasi was a very good host, very good food too. The club provided very good food. It was La Festa di San Giuseppe, the 19th of March. And a lot of the Italian clubs in Melbourne did the same thing. It's a religious festivity that is heartfelt in the Italian community here in Melbourne. Not by everyone, of course, but most people follow certain traditions of the Catholic Church in Italy, and it's sort of transported here in Australia. They're good things. They're all bonding within a community is important, and that's what the religion is all about. And then, what else is there? Oh, this afternoon I will be meeting some people, I hope, at Federazione Lucana here in Brunswick to talk about lingua e cultura, or lingue e culture. So, it's like another journey this time, but amongst people. with their contributions. We'll see what happens. It's a challenge, but it's a beautiful way of being out there and doing something positive. Now, it's 11:30. My 5 minutes of introductions is over. So let's go to Canto 28. Okay? So Canto 28 of Inferno. So here we go. And as usual, I'll read some notes first, and then I'll read the actual canto. It's a difficult one, this one, because words cannot express the horror that that Dante sees in this particular ninth bolgia of hell, the eighth circle of hell. So this is the ninth bolgia. Canto 28, nel quale tratta le qualità della nona bolgia, dove l'autore vide punire coloro che commisero scandali e seminatori di scisma e discordie ed ogni altro male operare. These are the souls here that are punished are the ones who caused scandal or sort of caused discord in organizations like the church, schism. And it does occur along the way, and also within families. And, you get the counselors, if you like, people who are in the know, but to give the wrong opinion, advice. It's not advice, it's, well, if they take it on directly, if they take it on, the person who suffers it, if you like, then it's not a good thing. So that's why Dante punishes them. The first one is scisma all'interno dello Stato e della Chiesa, apart from the family one. Tutti i dannati, puniti nella nona bolgia, sono colpevoli di aver provocato scandali, cioè discordie e scismi all'interno di organizzazioni politiche o religiose. Le anime sono punite con orrende mutilazioni da un demone che impugna una spada. Durante la processione a cui le anime sono obbligate in eterno, le terribili ferite si rimarginano. E così quando il cerchio intorno alla bolgia è stato completato, le ferite sono guarite e i dannati pronti per essere nuovamente mutilati. So the description here is very simple. 9 bolgia, it's like a big circle, and the souls are mutilated. They cut in half, heads, but as they go around the bolgia, by the end of it, by the end of the circle, their body or their soul comes together again to be once again cut up by a demon who's there with a sword to cut every single one of these damned souls. So that's it. So that's the first one. So it's one, to remember this. These are people who create a schisma all'interno dello Stato, of the state, or of the church. So let's have a look. Chi porria mai pur con parole sciolte dicer del sangue e delle piaghe, appieno chi ora vidi per narrar più volte. Who could say, what he saw? Ogni lingua per certo verria meno per lo nostro sermone e per la mente c'hanno a tanto comprender poco senno. S'elsa unasse ancor tutta la gente che già in sulla fortunata terra di Puglia fu del suo sangue dolente per li troiani e per la lunga guerra, che dell'anella fessi alte spoglie, come Livio scrive che non erra. Con quella che sentio di colpi d'oglie per contrastare a Ruperto Guiscardo, e l'alce il cui ossame ancor s'accoglie, acceperan là dove fu bugiardo ciascun pugliese e là da Tagliacozza dove senz'arme vinse il vecchio Alardo. Now, all this are references of battles that have gone on in the past, and where the people got corrupt, got killed, all sorts of bad physical hurts, cuts, arms and legs. That's what happened in the old days, with the swords, etc. And these are all references, historical references. Now, this particular canto is well known because Dante says, I did not have the words in telling you what I actually saw, because what I saw is so much more powerful than the words that I'm using. So in other words, it's a rhetorical question here. It says, forgive me for not telling you the full story because I didn't have the words to do it. For a poet, that's not bad. And for somebody like Dante, to admit to that is pretty good. Because he understands that human brain can only go so far. Okay, so these are the wars. E qual forato suo membro e quel mozzo mostrasse, and he describes all the things that he saw. Da quel sarebbe nulla il modo della nona bolgia sozzo. So the ninth bolgia is full of these disfigurations. And now he describes it. Già veggia per mezz'ul perdra o lulla, come io vidi un così non si pertugia, rotto dal mento, infin dove si trulla. Cioè, in other words, he was cut in half, his budella was out, the guts. Tra le gambe pendevano le minugia, the intestines. La corata pareva il tristo sacco che merda fa di quel che si trangugia. A bit of a description here of what happens in the digestive system, which then is put out by a sword, you can see it. Mentre che tutto in lui veder m'attacco, guardommi e con le mani s'aperse il petto dicendo, or vedi com'io mi dilacco. Look at me, how I split up. Vedi come storpiato è Maometto, Dinanzi a me se va piangendo Ali, fesso nel volto dal mento al ciuffetto. E tutti gli altri che tu vedi qui, seminator di scandalo e di scismi fuor vivi, e però son fessi così. Now let's have a look at what he says about Maometto. It's a very important thing and people could get upset about all this. But it's an historical, literary thing, not to be taken, to take with a grain of salt. Maometto sventrato dalla gola all'ano. Here, Dante, he cuts him in half, basically, because he was responsible in the old Christian world where everyone followed Christ. And in fact, the Muslims, the Hebrews, the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims are really from the same God. Their God is the same. Now, some will, the organization, though, of the church, of the people, the church is different. And, because the Romans had multiplicity of gods and goddesses, etc., and the Jews said this, said there's one God and there are the prophets, etc. And then the Christians, is, Jesus Christ is the Son of God. And then Muhammad arrives and there's a Trinity. Muhammad says, no, let's have just one. You submit to that one and that's it. So it comes later, 700 years later, after Christ. So it's understandable. And don't forget, in that time, the church, the Roman religion of polytheism, of many gods, was done away with around with Constantine around the 4th century. So people became very ideological in all this. And welcome to Curtis and to Angela. So Muhammad was responsible for the schism that was caused in the Middle East, and there was also the Orthodox Church that developed. And then, later on, we had the Protestants and the Lutherans and the Calvinists, etc. So schisms are caused, but not only in the state, but in the church, but also in families. And we'll see this, and the punishment is here. So, Maometto sventrato dalla gola all'ano. Maometto appare completamente sventrato, con le viscere penzolanti. Si trova qui perché nel Medioevo era comune l'idea che la religione musulmana fosse nata dal cristianesimo, which is also true, in seguito a uno scisma. So it was born as a result of a schism. But that's not the way the Muslims actually, tell the story. So, but in the Middle Ages, in Italy, that's what in Europe, if you like, that's what they believed. Alcuni credevano che Maometto fosse un cardinale cristiano e che, non riuscendo a diventare papa, avesse provocato questa divisione in seno alla Chiesa. Well, he was a cardinal, he couldn't become pope, therefore he says, well, I can be my own boss. Makes sense, but don't forget, this is the 13th century. Anche Ali was a cousin of Muhammad, cugino e genero di Maometto, and he was the son-in-law of Muhammad. È punito al fianco del fondatore dell'Islam con il volto tagliato dalla fronte al mento. So his face, Ali, that followed his father-in-law's vision, if you like, to create their religion, the Muslim religion. He gets punished as well by having his head cut off as well, in half. Anche con il volto tagliato dalla fronte al mento. Ali fu responsabile della nascita del ramo sciita dell'Islam. And even in Islam itself, Ali was responsible for a schism, because, there are two main groups within the Muslim religion. Again, you have to go into these things and you have to do a bit of study. Dal momento che per Dante l'Islam è una propagine della cristianità, ogni lacerazione al suo interno è anch'essa scismatica. So as far as Dante is concerned, since Islam came from through the Christianity, if you like, then all these punishments are in order. Basically, that's it. So Muhammad and Ali are the two main figures in Canto 28. Ok, e tutti gli altri che tu vedi qui, seminatori di scandali, di scismi, fuorvivi, però sono fessi così, sono tagliati in questo modo. Un diavolo è qua dietro che una cisma si crudelmente al taglio della spada, rimettendo ciascun di questa risma quando aven volto la dolente strada, però che le ferite sono rinchiuse prima che altri dinenzi li rivada. And that's the description of when they go around the circle of the ninth bulger, then the diavolo, the demon, the devil, with his sword in hand, cuts them up again, and they start again, and it goes on for eternity. Ma tu chi sei che sullo scoglio muse, forse per indugiar dire la pene che giudicati in sulle tue accuse? But who are you? Muhammad says, who are you? Né morte giunse ancora né colpa il mena, rispose il mio maestro, a tormentarlo, ma per dar lui esperienza piena. A me che morto son, convien menarlo per lo inferno, qua, giù di giro in giro, e questo è ver così come io ti parlo. So this is the reason why I'm here. I am dead. And I have the right to accompany this guy here, Dante, through the various circles of hell, so that he can have an infernal experience. E so that was it. Più fuori dicendo che quando, but as these words were said by Virgil, all the other souls, of course, started to take an interest. Più fuori dicendo che quando l'udiro, s'arrestarono nel fosso a riguardarmi per maraviglia, obliando il martirio. For one moment they forgot their martyrdom in hell because they were, they were looking at Dante in wonderment. How can this body come through hell? Or Dio, affra dolcin dunque che s'armi, tu che forse vedrai il sole in breve, se lo non vuol piuttosto seguitarmi. Si di vivanda che scetta di neve, non rechi la vittoria al no arese, che altrimenti acquistar non sia leve. Poi che l'un piè per girsene sospese, Maometto mi disse esta parola, indi a partirsi in terra lo distese. And so, yes, Muhammad was then put down, whilst the others came to ask him a few things. One of them was Pier da Medicina. Le notizie su questo personaggio sono molto scarse. We don't know very much about this one. Pier da Medicina avrebbe provocato il conflitto tra la famiglia da Polenta e la famiglia Malatesta. Le sue ferite potrebbero rappresentare un contrappasso per aver seminato discordia con la parola. So this Pier della Medicina was reputed to have put words in the head of some members of the Polenta and Malatesta families, and by creating a schism between them. Un altro che forata aveva la gola e tronco il naso infin sotto la ciglia, e non aveva mai d'una orecchia sola. Ristato a riguardar per maraviglia, con gli altri innanzi agli altri aprì la canna, che era di fuor d'ogni parte vermiglia. So this other soul that had disfigurations in the face, etc. And he said, e disse, o tu cui colpa non condanna, e cui vidi su in terra latina, se troppa somiglianza non mi inganna, rimembriti di Pier da Medicina, se mai torni a vederlo dolce o piano, che da Vercelli a Marcabò di China. This is, remember me when you get back in earth, in my beloved lands. E fa sapere a 2 miglior da Fano, a Messer Guido e anche ad Angiolello, che se l'anti veder qui non è vano, gittati saranno fuori di lor vassello e mazzerati presso alla cattolica per tradimento d'un tiranno fello. Wow. And this is sort of, it says, tell them that that's what's going to happen when you sort of cause discords. That's a very bad sin, according to Dante. Gaio Scribonio Curione, inizialmente seguace di Pompeo Magno, lo abbandonò per seguire Giulio Cesare. Dante lo condanna perché avrebbe avuto un ruolo decisivo nello scoppio della guerra civile. Curione consigliò infatti a Cesare di non indugiare e attraversare il Rubicone, muovendo le truppe verso Roma contro gli ordini del Senato. So apparently this one here was, this Scribonio Curione was responsible for advising, for saying to Caesar, don't worry about the Senate there, you just take your troops into Rome and make them see who's boss. Of course, that was totally illegal, crossing the Rubicon. And some of the places here that they mentioned Fano, etc., I've been through those. Very interesting. So, tra l'isola di Cipri e di Maiolica non vide mai sì gran fallo Nettuno, non da pirate, non da gente argolica. In other words, it was all done within. It wasn't done from outside. Quel traditor che vede pur con l'uno e tiene la terra che tale qui meco, vorrebbe di vedere esser digiuno, farà venirli a Parlamento seco, poi farà sì che al vento di Focara non sarà lor mestier voto né preco. E io a lui dimostrapi e dichiara se vuoi chi porti su di te novella chi è colui della veduta amara. So Dante says, okay, you want me to do all this? Then tell me who's this guy here. Allora pose la mano alla mascella d'un suo compagno, alla bocca li aperse gridando, questi è d'esse, non favella. This guy here can't talk to you because his tongue has been cut off. Questi scacciato il dubitar sommerse in Cesare, affermando che il fornito sempre con danno l'attender sofferso. Oh, quanto mi parea bigottito, con la lingua tagliata nella strozza, curio che a dir fu così ardito. Can you imagine saying something like that to Caesar? This Curio. Never heard of him. Gaio Scribonio Curione. E un che aveva l'una e l'altra man mozza, levando i moncherin per l'aura fosca, sì che il sangue faceva la faccia sozza. Gridò, ricorderati anche del Mosche che disse Lasso, capo a cosa fatto, che fuma seme per la gente tosca. E io gli aggiunsi, è morte di tua schiatta, perché gli accumulando con duolo sen già come persone triste e matta. And this one is Mosca. Mosca de Lamberti è ritenuto colpevole di aver fomentato il conflitto tra le famiglie Donati e Amidei, da cui derivò la frattura tra Guelfi e Ghibellini a Firenze. Quando Buondelmonte da Buondelmonti ruppe il fidanzamento con una donna della famiglia Amidei per sposare una giovane Donati, Mosca consigliò agli Amidei di vendicare l'onta uccidendo Buondelmonte, invece di picchiarlo o ferirlo, perché cosa ha fatto capo a? Cioè un'azione che è stata portata a termine ha comunque un senno compiuto, mentre le cose fatte a metà hanno esito incerto. So Buondelmonte, was he killed or not? He probably was. Again, you know, these are the little stories within within Dante's recount or imagination, but it derives some of his descriptions from real life and real people. So he says, okay, accumulando come persona triste e matta, io le aggiungo, è morta di tua schiatta, muori. A bit rough Dante here, ma io rimasi a riguardare lo stuolo e vidi cosa ch'io avrei paura senza più prova di contarla solo, se non che coscienza m'assicura la buon compagnia che l'uom francheggia sotto l'asbergo del sentirsi pura. Wow. Io vidi certo e ancor parchio il veggia, un busto senza capo e andarsi come andavano gli altri della trista gregge. So he saw, let me show you, that's what he saw. There's a lot of, here, that's what he saw in hell. A body without a head, and he was carrying his own head on in his hand. And that represents the disrespect towards, older family members, if you like, by not following what is required of you. Okay, so that's that. Now, di sé faceva a se stesso lucerna. Ok, let me go back. Io vidi certo ancora parchio il veggia, un busto senza capo andarsi come andavano gli arci della trista greggia. E il capo tronco teneva per le chiome, per sol con mano a guisa di lanterna, e quel mirava noi e diceva, «O me!» Di sé faceva a se stesso lucerna, ed erano due in uno e uno in due, come essere può, qua sa che si governa. So the body and the head, there were two separate ones, but they were one. Well, quando dritto al piede del ponte fu e levò il braccio alto con tutta la testa per appressarne le parole sue che fuoro. So he got on the bridge and he said, Or vedi la pena molesta, tu che spirando vai veggendo i morti, vedi s'alcuna è grande come questa. E perché tu di me novella porti, sappi chi son Bertram del Borgno, quelli che diede al re giovani ma conforti. Io feci il padre e il figlio in sé ribelli, Architofel non fe più d'Absalone, e di David coi malvagi punzelli. Perch'io partì così giunte persone, partito porto il mio cerebro lasso dal suo principio che in questo troncone. Così ma s'osserva in me lo contrapasso. So it says, look at this, I caused all this rift within a family, and this is the result, this is my result of the contrapasso. I have to be punished in this way forever. So, Bertram de Born. Bertram de Born, signore di Hautefort in Guascogna, in France, fu un trovatore famoso per la sua esaltazione della guerra, il loved war. Si raccontava che avesse infiammato la contesa tra Enrico II d'Inghilterra e i figli. So he encouraged a war between father and son. Istigando Enrico, detto il re giovane, perché incoronato mentre il padre era ancora in vita. He can't become king at the same time when the old monarch is still alive. Dopo la morte del principe, Bertram scrisse una canzone in suo onore. Il contrappasso di Bertram, la cui testa è staccata dal busto, è particolarmente appropriato. Come in vita le sue parole hanno causato la rottura del sacro vincolo tra padre e figlio, e così ora la sorgente di tali parole è separata dal corpo. So, la legge del contrappasso. And that was Canto 28. It's not bad, half an hour. Not bad at all. Now, this is an interesting ninth bolgia. People cause discord, amongst others, in families, in an organization, whether small or big. Sometimes you have friends who give you the wrong opinion of theirs, or, you take it as advice, or you follow through, and it leads you to split up your family or your relations, your friendships. It can happen, especially in clubs as well, in a small way. In committees it happens. So this is Canto 28, and I think Canto 29 is about the same. There are other people involved. So in this one here, there are a few, da Medicina, come si chiama lui, Del Borgno, and Mahomet and Ali. Interesting Canto 28. Okay. And then it says here, Del Borgno is il contrappasso perfetto. So, the minute you give advice for a son to rebel against a father, and there's a split, you caused major damage to that family. Interesting. Okay, now I've got a couple of poems here. I don't know, I need to drink today. This one here is about close to me. There's Princess Park near the university there. Realizzazione. Stamane gli olmi sulla Royal Parade mi sono apparsi nudi. Ho sentito d'un tratto del freddo nelle ossa e anche l'animo mio era morto. Ho pensato anch'esso ha diritto al suo riposo. Realization. This is relates to Royal Parade, really. This morning, the elms on Royal Parade looked naked to me. I felt suddenly cold in my bones, and even my spirit was dead. I thought it too has a right to its rest. So in other words, after one season is passed, you've got to go to the next one. So, New Illusion. It's another one. These poems this morning need a bit of explanations, but I'll just read them to you. Nuova illusione. Le mie ore oscure fuggono nel tempo, mentre la burrasca si acqueta sul mare. Anche il kookaburra ha finito di volare ed ora, contento di ritirarsi, cerca un nido pensando al tradito uccellino dei sogni suoi. O tu, giorno traditore nel passato, diventa traditore un'altra volta per riportare nel presente la vecchia illusione. See, if you traitor in the past, be a traitor again to come back to where you were. Interesting. È dolce la primavera dei sogni, son belle le speranze di una volta, però sbiaditi sono i ricordi di questa rondinella che invano vuole ammirar ancora l'alto del cielo. New illusion. My dark hours flee into time whilst the storm abates over the sea. Even the small bird has stopped flying and now, happy to retreat, seeks on a nest, thinking of the betrayed little bird of his dreams. Oh, you treacherous day in the past, become a traitor once again to bring back to the present the old illusion. The spring of our dreams is sweet, the hopes of once are beautiful, but faded are now the memories of this swallow that in vain wants to still aim for the heights of the sky. So there you are. Okay. Now I have here Angela on watching. It's good because now, Angela, you'll be able to see somebody that we both know. Oh no, not again. What's going on here? I've got problems with the computer. Just let's go back again. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Gotta wait. I've had problems lately with my computers. I'm not doing, the right thing by the looks of it. Oh, yes, here we are. Okay, now, we went to Solarino Social Club last night, and I picked up Angela. Here she is. There we are. Ready to go. Okay. And then we saw this lady here, one of her friends, Salva. And of course, I had to throw myself in it as well. There we are. This is the pasta e fagioli. And this is Santo, dishing it out. Fantastic. There you are. Look what a beautiful place. And a few other people. There you are. And this is Canto, Tony and Katia. So let's have a look what they're going to give us. They give us this beautiful song. Beautiful music. Tony and Katia. And look how many people enjoying themselves. There's someone I know there, Antonio Danzia. He didn't come on this morning. Maria Formica.
That's it. We're going to take a little break.
Well, we'll take a little break too. Huh? we have a bit of a chat here. That was very nice. That was a wonderful, wonderful, piece of entertainment. And then we had to suffer this chicken. It was beautiful, and a nice salad. That was the meal was very nice, really. Here's another song, and yeah, let's have a look.
Che scalderà due cuori, saprò cos'è l'amore.
Such talent.
Finché la successo, che Dio lo di splendore, vivrà per noi l'amore. Sì, finché il chiaro non ha, gli amanti fa vibrare, potrà con te sognare. Quando c'è l'amore che scalderà due cuori, saprò cos'è l'amore. Saprò cos'è l'amore. That was a beautiful song.
Now you notice there the lighting, it's sort of on the night, things happen. That's the way it's sort of set up. It's very good. And then, of course, before I do that, I met some, I'll give you the other one there, but we had this piece here. There you are, dessert, lovely. Huh? And of course, this is Osvaldo Maddalena and his wife from Geelong. They are also musicians and very good too. Both they work all the time. It's fantastic. And that's, of course, that's Santo and myself. But I think the next one, I'll get him to say a few words here. I think I took a couple of photos here. That's with Santo and a couple of the guys on the table. There we are. Good one. And this was with his wife. The friends there on the table. What a character, this one. But we have more music, of course. The music, we need the music. Here we are. There we go. Oh, vita mia, welcome, Colin. You missed out on, but anyway, you can look at over this particular Canto 28 of Dante Alighieri, and I've done some poetry from my books. And this is Solarino Social Club last night. Very nice with dinner dances, etc. A bit of walking, by dancing. You do your steps every day. You've got to do 10,000, no? But it's very hard to do 10,000. It's about 7 kilometres. So, trying to keep the spirit alive and the body working, etc., etc. It's wonderful. The work of the Italian clubs to be commended, really. The facilities are there, are first class, and I can imagine. I remember the time when they were establishing them. There was a lot of work has gone into it, and our society has benefited enormously from creating these communities. Very, very interesting. Now, I have here one more song. I think I've got one more song. The only problem with this one here, you got to see it sideways because I took it. you know exactly what I'm talking about now that I play it. Yeah, here we go. E qui comando io. E questa è casa mia. Chi viene e chi va.
Devi pagare cosa finché la luna, devi pagare cosa
I bet you never seen any footage like this. I don't know how to turn it the other way. But the music is good. It's E qui comando io, by Gigliola Cinguetti. Sung by Katia. That's a beautiful job. And of course the idea is to provide dancing music. Che tu mi fai far, cara Rosina, quelle stradelle che tu mi fai far, cara Resina, le devi pagare.
E questa casa mia, anch'io voglio sapere, e qui comando io, e questa casa mia, anch'io voglio sapere chi viene, chi va.
Sangue d'oro finché la luna ti comando io.
E questa casa mia, anch'io voglio sapere, anch'io voglio sapere, e qui comando io, e questa casa mia, anch'io voglio sapere chi viene e chi va. Grazie, thank you
Well,
very
that
much.
was
Thank
passable,
you.
wasn't it? The music was very good. The footage, of course, was good too, but I have to eventually turn it around. Now, I've finished with that one there. What I want to do today, I've seen there is a book here that I've looked at, and it sort of gives a very good summary of Canto 28. So I'm going to read it to you. Because I think it's got a nice description, really, in Italian. Okay, so here I go. Now this is from Canto 27 to Canto 28. In silenzio i due lasciarono la bolgia dei cattivi consiglieri. Okay, so that's and. E da un altro ponte ebbero la grande visione del nono cerchio dell'inferno. Era diverso da ogni altro, non v'era fuoco, qui né pece bollente, ma i dannati, che senza posa si trascinavano avanti, erano deturpati da terribili ferite, come se i morti di tutte le più terribili battaglie della storia si fossero adunati là, squarciati, mozzi, amputati, sfigurati. Erano quelli i seminatori di scandali e di scismi, che avevano fatto allontanare dalla Chiesa molti fedeli. Uno di loro, con il corpo aperto in due, gridò: guardatemi, io sono Maometto, vedete come sono ridotto? Un diavolo ci colpisce così con la spada e noi, perdendo sangue e budella, dobbiamo compiere il giro della bolgia. Lungo il cammino le ferite si chiudono, ma il diavolo ci colpisce ancora e così sarà in eterno. E tu, chiese a Dante, che cosa aspetti ad andare al tuo castigo? Questi non è ancora morto, rispose Virgilio. A tali parole si formò sotto il ponte una piccola folla di quei dannati insanguinati e sfigurati. V'erano tra di loro personaggi dell'antichità e di tempi più recenti che avevano incitato a guerre civili, a congiure, a separazioni. Tra di essi quello che più impressionò Dante fu Bertram del Borgno, un gentiluomo francese che aveva spinto Enrico d'Inghilterra a ribellarsi al re suo padre. Era punito ora ad avere la testa spiccata dal busto, lui che aveva diviso il corpo d'una famiglia e barcollando andava così orrendo corpo decapitato, tenendo la testa con la mano per i capelli. Mi sembri commosso, come mai sei stato fino ad ora, disse Virgilio a Dante. È perché guardi così intensamente. Andiamo, non abbiamo molto tempo ancora. I think this is for the next one here, where he recognizes his own, somebody from his own family, Dante's own family. Dante rispose: maestro, credo che tra questi spiriti vi sia anche quello di un mio antenato. Era un seminatore di discordia e fu ucciso per questo. Ho visto, rispose Virgilio avviandosi, un dannato che ti fissava con odio, minacciandoti con la mano, tu non te ne sei accorto. So this is for the next lot. This is continues the story of hell. Okay, now it's 11:28. I would like to mention a few things. One, I don't know what it is, but people, in order to really make progress, one has to keep up with things. And even, when it looks like not many people come on for me, I still have to keep going, and I keep going, hoping that the podcasts that I produce remain and you'll be able to access them as time goes on. So where do you access them? Easily. These are podcasts live on Facebook. So you get them straight away here on Facebook, on my page. Then they are transferred to insegna.com. And there you have to go to blog. There's a section called blog. And all the podcasts are listed there according to when we put them up. And you get them one after the other, which is fantastic. I'll reorganize that work later. Then there is YouTube, TomPadulaTV on YouTube. You go there, and on YouTube again, there are some chapters on top. There's one right at the end called About. About contains these particular podcasts, so you can look at them over there too. And finally, there's TomPadula.blogspot.com, in which not only do you get this particular work, but you also get my other work, my articles, my poetry. There's a lot there, and there you have to go to presentation, and you have to go to lessons. You press the lessons, and then you go presentations, and you'll find again all of the podcasts listed there. So that's it, and I encourage you to come and see me, to get involved with with Italian or languages, because there's also French and Spanish that I do on Friday, and also world history. So there's a lot that's going on at the moment, but it's my interest, and at the end of the day, people have got their own interests. So I'm encouraging people to, if you are really truly interested in Italian culture, in languages learning, history, you want to keep your mind active, well, insegna.com is a good place to start. On that note, arrivederci. Thank you very much to all of you who've been on, and I will, of course, come back next week. And in the meantime now, have a good Sunday, what's left of it. Ciao. From Tom Padula, TomPadulaTV on YouTube, and Insegna Booksellers.